Hey, what's going on YouTube? Hisoka here with another Transformers figure unboxing video for you. Studio Series Gamer Edition Ironhide. He is right here and right here. Here's the packaging. You see his Cybertronian mode, his robot mode, Autobot symbol. I'm guessing some of Ironhide. More Ironhide. Video game stuff, box things, stuff. Hooray. And here he is, the man of the hour, robot in the hour, I don't know, whatever. I really like the figure, even though he is a repaint, very minuscule remold, I mean very minuscule remold of Ratchet. But I like how complicated the transformation is, but at the same time easy. Like the Ratchet video, I had no idea what I was doing. Even when I was fumbling around with him, I really still didn't know what I was doing. So with Ironhide, I took my time. I watched MGO and even went step by step just to make sure. And then it like kind of made sense. Everything clicked into place. Hello, hooray. I love the red and the black. The axe is awesome, even though it's technically, I think it's just Optimus's slash Ratchet's now, but he comes with, I believe this is the shotgun, and it does have the arm gimmick, so he can plug like his arm there, and you can take, this arm can come off, and it actually stores back here, but I hate the arm gimmick. I don't care. I'm not here for that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get right down to it. As you can see, he's in robot mode. He comes packaged in robot mode. We're gonna transform him. You start with his gigantic backpack, which is just simple pull out, giggity, and pull these pieces down, just like that. Next is the shoulders, and the shoulders are easy to get screwed up because of the joints here. I got confused my first time with the Ratchet figure. Now, if I remember correctly, because the camera is on now is when I'm going to struggle to remember how to transform him, even though I transformed him like several times before recording today. Yeah, see, it's like I'm drawing a blank now that the camera's on, because the shoulder pads were annoying. They were really, really annoying. Yeah, okay, so they had to sit back like that. Very, very important. These shoulder pads have to sit like that. And anyways, it will allow you to come to the front panel here, unsnap the whole figure, bring the assembly down, and this back so that these are kind of lined up sort of together. And then you're going to push the head down. Got a little bit of cat hair because cats. And then what you're going to do next is mess with the arms. And it is fairly simple. And it took me a little bit to get used to, but you're going to bring the arms up like so. It's on like I guess like a full-on ball joint, but these also split down, so you're actually going to take the arms and you're going to bring them down. Bring the arms down like so. And then when you're messing around with the arms, what's really important are these little tabs here and here, and you have to make sure you find these slots. And then you're gonna kind of bend the arm so that they line up to the hole, like so. Bend the arm up, line up to the hole, like so. He says as he's failing to do it, but is slowly doing it, but still failing to do it. Has to turn the figure away from the camera. And it's right there. It's right there. There he is. See? Piece of cake. All right. So the next part is actually these arms. Oh, don't you untab, I swear to God. Turn the arms so that the wheels are pointing upwards. And then there's these pieces here. They're actually going to kind of sit inside of this slot right here. Yep, do that. It's so hard not to say some of the lingo that MGO says because I watch all of his videos too, and then it just kind of rubs off on me. So like, there's times where I catch myself being like wanting to say second verse, same as the verse, and you know, that kind of stuff. But and then so it's gonna look like that from the top. And then from the bottom. And then you're just going to take that whole front panel. See what I mean? Camera's on, I forget. So this piece has to come in here, like this. And then that lets the whole panel come down. So I knew, like, I was screwing up the step, but, like, I couldn't place it. Make sure everything is tabbed in. Tabbed in. And like so. There is a little bit. There we go. There, see, had to pop in, but now you can see that whole front / top part is completely done. And then you come around to the waist, and you give it the old waist turn, and then you take the legs and you actually give them a full turn. And then you come over here. Well, actually, you technically come here first, and you lift these two panels up. Then you come back to here, and you pull this whole piece out. Flip this up forward. And then there is a little tab here that's going to go down into this hole here. And then this back assembly piece, or back piece, comes down and out over here. And then you're going to do the same thing over here. You can pull it down, pull this up, make sure this tab goes into there so they can sit flush, make sure this piece comes down. And then what you'll want to do is you take this piece here and you're going to rotate it like that. And then, let's see, because sometimes I forget some steps. Yeah, lift it up. And then, so this piece here is going to kind of fit into the groove. What I've had to do a couple times is I've had to turn it to get the piece to come in a little easier. And then it'll just rotate with it a little bit, and you can just kind of fix it. See? Like so. And then you can actually take this foot piece and flip it up like that. And then you come around to this side and you do the same thing. Make sure this piece is up, actually. And then you do the same thing over here. And like I said, it's sometimes a little easier just to go ahead and turn technically the fist to help it kind of get into the groove, like so. And then you can put the foot up. And then over here, you can bring these pieces down. You do want to secure them. You're going to want to make sure this whole thing back here too, all of this just kind of gets nice and secure and tabbed into things. This is where it does get a little complicated in that sense of, like, you just got to make sure that everything's tabbing in and locking into place, because then you have misaligned pieces like I seem to be having, even though it didn't seem like it was at first. Hooray me. Hooray me. Transformed this guy like 10 times in the past couple days. Cause the camera's on. You do stuff like that. Oh, now I can fix this. This goes in, secure this over here. Oh man, good old me. Where's the panel that it goes into? There it is. And stick it back in the hole. Oh man, always, 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 always. I'm not even gonna edit that out, I don't think. I think I'm gonna leave it in. I think I'm gonna leave it in. Screw it. You son of a bitch. If I had a blooper channel. But you can see what I mean, though. Like, it's elaborate and kind of finicky. It's cool, but at the same time, it could be a bit frustrating. But, like, once everything sits together, it's going to look really nice. Especially because, like I said, I think his color, I was going to say palette, but just his color scheme, I think, looks so much better than Ratchet's, because, you know, I'm just not a fan of the red and white, especially when the white is the predominant color, like Ratchet, because he's an ambulance. So yeah, it's gonna do it again, because I'm gonna try to get this to sit in right. I'm gonna end up making them pop out and stuff again. Let me see, because I think you're supposed to secure these pieces together first, like that, and then bring it down, and I didn't do that. There you go, see? And then these actually lock into place too. Like that. See? It looks really nice, and you don't have a lot of the, like, robot bits showing as much as some other figures. He does roll really good. Storage is really cool too. You could take the gun, these two tabs, there's two tabs back here, and plug them in when they want to without breaking, like so. And then you actually take the hammer, and there's these two pieces here, these 2 points here, and they plug in right there. Ba-ba-ba. Like that. So yeah, I really like the figure. I really love the red with the gray and the black. Transform him back, theoretically, should be easier. That should be enough. Just to pop the panel up, like that, and then it'll let you pull these panels down, and then it's just kind of just the wiggly wagglies. Wiggly wagglies. Damn it. And bend these down. Bend the toes down to help you get a little more grip to untab things. As you hear, untabs. Untab. And then you just swing the stuff back around like so. And then with here, you close and fold like that, and then it just goes in like here, and then you could put the I guess the shin down, but let me do this side first, so I can kind of close them to the other. And sometimes, because they're supposed to technically line up here, they don't like to. Shock of shocks. And so you may have to, you know, mess around with it, finagle it a little bit to get the panels to sit where they're supposed to. It's not terribly hard, but, you know, it is a little nerve-wracking because you saw how easily some of the panels can pop off. Like, they don't break, so they're, you know, you can put them right back on easily, but, you know. Oh yeah, make sure you turn that back. That. And then with this part here, you just want to untab this top piece so that you can bring this down, and then it's just a matter of untabbing the arms, pull the arm out, you can bring the head up slowly, maybe, possibly, like so, and just kind of tab it back into place. Did I somehow get him backwards again? I did. Huh. No, I did not. You know what I forgot to do, guys? I forgot to turn the legs back around. Silly me. Silly me. Because the camera is on. And then it's just a matter of straightening out the arms. And then I believe I always get confused about which way to turn the arms, but these are supposed to technically be out, I believe. So that you can do like this. And then bend the arms like so, and then you take the shoulders and you spin them back or down and around, stick them back, in them back, down and around, and you just fold this piece in and tuck it like that, and then plug in his weapon. Like I said, you can just pull the whole arm out if you want, and then with the axe, you just undo the axe, slide it up like so, plug it in like so, and now you've got your gun and your axe. So yeah, I like the figure. Like I said, the transformation's complicated, but it's not overly complicated. It definitely takes some getting used to. It's not something that I pulled out the box and knew how to do, obviously. It actually took me to 2 molds, Ratchet and then Ironhide. But yeah, Studio Series Gamer Edition Ironhide. He's an interesting one in the sense that him, Scrapper, and Sentinel Prime all come in the same box. So you likely eventually probably might start seeing him more, but at the same time, I could kind of see them all being hard to get, because I think it only comes in a box of 3, maybe 4, and I'm assuming I'm gonna assume that he's probably the 2, and then Sentinel and Scrapper are 1. I know Scrapper is the only has 1 of him in the box, but so far they're not super easy to find, but I've been finding them at Walmart and Target. I know you could order from Amazon, Big Bad Toy Stores, and wherever else will let you order before tariffs say no more ordering. But yeah, awesome figure. I love the colors. The red with the gray and the black works so much better than Ratchet, in my opinion. Plus, I like Ironhide. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and see you later. Bye-bye.